Hello, this is Top Hat Phony, and I will be getting straight into the story from where we left off. Spike's Apple Bloom, Trouble in Canterlot, Part 1. The obsidian sky was dark and cold, and every pony was asleep, all but one. Ah! What a beautiful night we have brought forth, if only some pony cared to see it. Luna sighed as she walked through the Canterlot gardens. If only every pony had seen our night, we would... Oh! Who goes there? Oh. Hey, Princess Luna. What brings you out here to the gardens? A voice replied. The Lunar Princess watched as a small shadow rose to greet her. Ah, it is thine, Spike the Dragon. We hear thou is visiting Canterlot at our sister's request. Luna crooned, before glancing over his shoulder. But thou hast brought company. May we ask her name? Oh, this is Apple Bloom, Spike replied, motioning to the sleeping filly behind him. An apple? Luna hummed. Dost thou imply she be a sibling of the element of honesty? Mm-hmm, Spike nodded. I wanted to bring her along, but why are you here anyway? We are the Princess of the Night. Dost thou know not? Luna humoured the dragon. We cross this garden each night, just as we did over 1,000 years ago, but not once have we found the petunias in full bloom. Petunias? Spike questioned. Why petunias? The reason for the flowers is because of our mother. She passed away many years ago. Luna sighed. It was a tragic and unfortunate time, and it was her favourite flower. I'm sorry if I reminded you of her, Spike said softly. No, you need not apologise, young Drake, Luna said suddenly, interrupting her own sombre mood. Let us take thou back to the castle. Thou shalt be safe there. Sure. I'll just wake Apple Bloom up, Spike said quietly, and gently nudged Apple Bloom. The filly in question stirred slightly and murmured, Oh, come on, sis, it's still dark. The roosters ain't even up. Apple Bloom, it's me, Spike. Spike smiled. Huh? Apple Bloom asked with a yawn. Luna said we should go back to the castle, Spike explained. Oh, Apple Bloom sighed, stealing a glance at the Lunar Princess. Oh, where's Twilight? She's asleep in the castle, Spike replied. She probably forgot to come get us. She does that a lot when she starts reading. Well, art thou ready to leave? Luna asked impatiently. Sorry, Princess, Spike chuckled. I think we are. Come on, Apple Bloom. The filly scowled, but followed Spike and Luna back towards the Canterlot castle. Spike! A voice yelled down the grand steps leading up to the castle. Oh, thank Celestia, you two are okay. A purple unicorn ran down the steps to accompany the voice. We were fine, Twilight, Spike scowled, and Princess Luna was with us the whole time. There's a missing quote there. Anyway, we shall take our leave then, Luna chuckled and nodded at her sister. Spike and Apple Bloom bowed. Thank you, Princess, they said. Spike watched as Luna smiled and flared her wings as she took off into the night. Suddenly, The moment of silence that Luna had left in her wake was interrupted by Twilight. "And what time do you call this?" she scolded. "Is there a problem, Twilight?" Celestia called, as she gracefully strode down the steps. "No, Princess," Twilight gushed, earning a faint smile from Celestia. "It's just that Spike and Applebloom have just come back from the gardens." Twilight turned to the two miscreants. "Now, for you two, it's time for bed." "But we just got back," Spike complained. "It's past midnight, and every pony's asleep," Twilight exclaimed. Spike tried to scowl, but could only manage a long yawn. Taking that as an answer, Twilight scooped him up in her magic and placed him on her back, and the pair headed for their quarters. "Fine," Spike murmured, unable to muster the energy to protest. "Good morning, my little ponies," Princess Celestia announced. "I hope you all slept peacefully. I've heard that today is Baker's Day. What's Baker's Day?" Twilight asked. "I haven't heard of such an occasion." "It isn't an official holiday, like the baker's competition. They gather in the gardens to show off their new confectionery," Celestia answered before licking her lips. "I must admit, I do enjoy the royal tasting of the cakes." That could explain Pinky's mysterious disappearance last year," Twilight mused. "We almost organized a search party for her until we found her reading in the library. It was quite surprising to find her there. I didn't know she liked to read. And that brings me to wonder what were both of you up to last night?" Some missing word there. It's all good. It's all good. Celestia asked as she turned to face Spike and Applebloom. "Oh, the duo said brainlessly. Twilight forgot to pick us up." "Oh? We must have lost track of time. And she must have forgotten," Celestia smiled. "Well, we mustn't waste any more time. The bakers will arrive any moment." "Oh, we should go get dressed," Applebloom exclaimed. "Oh, well, okay," Spike said, following Applebloom. "Children, aren't they so precious?" Celestia giggled to herself as the two left. "Whoa, you look so, well, I don't want to say, you look so cute," Applebloom giggled as Spike finished putting on his tuxedo. "Ah, Applebloom," Spike blushed at the word. "You know she's right. You do look adorable," Twilight smiled. "Huh? I feel something." Spike then belched a letter out of fire. "Huh. Usually the princess sends letters this way. It's addressed to Applebloom." "A letter from me?" Applebloom tilted her head in confusion. "Well, what are you waiting for? Read it." "Okay. Ahem. Dear Applebloom, daughter of Applejack." "That's a lie," Applebloom interjected. "I am her sister, and she ain't my mom." "Applebloom, he's just reading the letter," Twilight calmed her. Oh, okay," Applebloom sighed. "Continue." Finally, Spike started again. "You do not know who I am, but I know you. I have things to ask, but if Spike is reading this, how does it know?" Applebloom asked. "Shh," Twilight sniped. Snip. That is snipped. Anyway, no. Do not read. Apple Bloom must read this alone, and do not disturb her. Your friend, Saturn. Here you go, Spike. What? That's another typo. Spike gave Apple Bloom the paper. All right. Apple Bloom went over to her bed and read it. That was a shady letter, Twilight thought. I wonder what it said, Spike thought as well. And that's the end of the 5th chapter of this. I apologise for any errors in reading. Some of them are, of course, mine, and some of them are just me trying to interpret the slight errors in it. It's still a good fanfic. I'm really enjoying this one. So, yeah, thank you for listening, and I will catch you guys soon.